If you need a break, take the break. You'll probably like yourself a lot more. You'll probably enjoy your work and whatever it is that you're doing a lot more. Um, and yeah, burnout's not fun. Not having fun is not fun. Hello, hello. I did not make a video last week because I was very much on the verge of feeling burned out. It wasn't feeling very fun, and I just need a break. And so, actually, I was thinking about this. I remember, this has been like so stuck in my head, but I remember it had to have been like 10 years ago. There was this book, I can't remember what it was called. I'll probably like look it up after this and put a little, text or whatever. Um, but this author was talking about the difference between a professional and a hobbyist. And ever since then, he was like, basically like, people who do things as a hobby, they only do it when they feel like it. If they don't feel like it, then they just kind of fall off. But a professional is like committed and they do it every single time, like no matter what. And that stuck in my head so bad that like I got to a point for years where I would like talk down on myself if I reached a point where I was like, I need a break. I got to stop. This isn't fun anymore. I need to like reevaluate. I'd be like, nope, we're not reevaluating. Like, we're going to keep going. We're going to power through. We're going to push through because that's what a professional does. And I've proudly reached a point where I don't necessarily abide by that. I feel like that is like if I wanted to get like a first class ticket to Burnout, that would be the way to do it. That would be the way to do it. So last week, I wouldn't say I was burned out. I'll take that back. I felt very much on the verge of it. Been dealing with some anxiety creeping up. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I was like, tight chest, flutters in your heart, feeling like you can't really figure out what the next right thing to do is. And it's like you can't stop thinking, thinking, thinking. I was like, oh, that's anxiety. So, yeah, I took a break last week. The weekend before, a friend came into town, my best friend, and so that was fun. Um, and so, to some extent, I feel like maybe because this last month has been very busy, I've reached that natural kind of point because it's not always going to be up, right? Like you're going to have some, it's going to be a little bit of this. I think that toxic hustle culture tries to tell us it should just be a linear, straight up path. But truthfully, if we're all honest with ourselves, that's not the case. And so, yeah, I took a break. And so I'm coming back feeling refreshed, feeling better. Um, I realized that I earlier in this whole thing, like say back in February when I first started making these videos or January, I made a comment about how it's very important not to forget yourself. Um, and I think that I slowly but surely had been forgetting myself because I couldn't remember the last time I'd made art. Um, I like love making art, but I was putting that aside because I was like, I have work to do. And if I was not doing the work, I was feeling guilty about not doing the work. But then I'd also feel guilty if I was doing the work because I knew I was supposed to be making or wanted to be making time for other things that brought me joy. And so last week, especially over the weekend, um, I hit pause on everything and I just said, I'm going to make time for the things that are going to bring me joy, that I know are going to bring me joy, and things that I've been putting off. And I also said that's thanks to my therapist, who also reminded me to get back on the wagon because I had fallen off and I'd forgotten myself. Um, so yeah, um, this is kind of, I feel like the part that people don't talk about all the time. It's like I can be building things and helping other people build things and still at the same time I run into my own challenges. And I feel like maybe people feel like you shouldn't share that if you're somebody who's building a business built based on like helping other people build. Like you're supposed to come across as if you've already arrived and you have no issues and you never backslide or whatever. Um, that's not me. I think that regardless of what level you are, where you are on your journey, there will inevitably be points where you have to call yourself back. And so, yeah, that has been what the last, I guess, week, 2 weeks has been. Um, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel like very rested. And I said this last week or the last video, you know, counterintuitively, rest is an important part of building. And oftentimes, taking a pause, a break, especially when you know that you need it and you feel in your gut that you need it, regardless of whatever hustle culture tells you or what you see other people doing. If you need a break, take the break. You'll probably like yourself a lot more. You'll probably enjoy your work and whatever it is that you're doing a lot more. Um, and yeah, burnout's not fun. Not having fun is not fun. Doing work that you just used to, and like, I think I mean, there's a lot of terrible things, but one of the things that I think is so terrible that people don't talk about enough is having had something that you loved doing and then slowly not loving it anymore because you either put too much pressure on yourself or you didn't allow yourself to walk away from it for a bit. I think the same thing with like writing. Um, for me, I love writing, love writing. But I find that if I've hit a creative block, usually that means that I need to walk away and go out into the real world and live a little bit and experience a bit so I can come back and have something to say. Imagine how miserable, and I know I don't even have to imagine because I've done it. I'd be if I just said, nope, we're gonna push through, push through, push through. Like you're not gonna get in there's not gonna be any new creativity. It's just gonna feel forced. You're not gonna like it. It's just not gonna be fun. And I am one of those people that thinks that work can and should be fun. What we're building can and should be fun. It should be enjoyable. Now, will it be challenging at times? And you're going to be like, oh, like I'm frustrated. Sure. But I think there's a difference between good hard work and like bad hard work. And I think that the good hard work is the kind that's challenging, sometimes frustrating, but it's still very rewarding, even with that, because you're gaining something from it. Whereas bad hard work is stressful. You don't really see the purpose of it. You don't really see how it adds anything to you or to whatever. Um, those are two different things. And I am very much pro good hard work. And I'm also very pro resting when I need to, so I don't hate the good hard work. So, um, yeah, so I'll get off my soapbox. What else has been going on? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I kind of didn't really do, I was gonna look at my like to-do list, but there's not much to add because last week I didn't really do much of anything. Um, I will share that, actually maybe I'll share the process to coming back to myself and to remembering myself. Um, some of the fun things that I did last week and especially over the weekend to come back to myself. Um, on Wednesday, what was it? Yes, last week. No, earlier this week, I went to the public library and I checked out some really great art books. Um, and one of the things, which might sound so bad, I'm kind of tired of reading books. I'm an avid reader, but I'm kind of tired of reading books. I actually just sometimes just want to look at really pretty pictures and be inspired by it and pull creative energy from that. And so that's what I decided to do. Um, so yeah, I checked out 3 books from the library over the weekend because, not gonna lie, today is Monday. By the time you see this video, it will probably be Monday night. Oh, God willing, it won't be Tuesday because recently it's been taking forever for these videos to upload. Um, so over the weekend, because today is Monday, I got my beach chair. I sat it outside in the front yard because it was a very sunny day. I grabbed my watercolor pencils, or palette, the ones I think I'd mentioned a few weeks ago that I randomly found it at a thrift store for $1, literally a week after I had put it out into the universe that I'd really love a watercolor palette. So yeah, I took my beach chair, I sat outside in the sun, I took my dog out, let her sit out there and bask in the sun. My husband made some fresh, like homemade chocolate peanut butter ice cream. I got me a big ass hunk of that and I painted. I ate ice cream. At some point, I literally just leaned back in the chair and just soaked in the sun. Um, and then I read a little bit. Like, these are all the things that I really love doing. I've recently planted like flowers in the front yard and I really love just watching them and the bees and the butterflies. And so, those are the things that I did. Um, Something my therapist mentioned in my session with her is essentially, I am not what I do. And I know that I've mentioned that before, but sometimes it can be kind of easy to lose track of it in a way. Um, and so, yes, the question was, who are you? If you're not doing the thing that you're doing, you're not working, um, outside of your work, who are you? And so I've been thinking about this a lot because in previous videos I said, you know, your self-worth and whatever it is you're building, those are two separate things. But I've thought about like what you are not, which is your work, but I've never quite, haven't recently thought about like who are you? And so, yes, I have been thinking about this. Like if my work was not my work and all those things were gone, like everything was just the, like I would say I am a daughter, a friend, a wife. And I guess maybe because even those things can be, I guess, I don't know, I guess you'd always be a daughter and a sister and but the other things like a friend and a wife, like those things can go away. I'm complicating this. I think that what I settled on at the end of it, if I took away most or all of the identities that I could possibly fit myself under, the one that I came up with that I think will stay the same always, or no will stay the same always is, um, I am a child of God. hmm And that is very, yeah, I've come a long way because having grown up in a fundamental independent Southern Baptist church, um, yeah, my relationship with religion has been very tenuous. And so I no longer identify with a religion, but I do recognize that there is something out there. It's my belief. And so there's something out there that connects us all. And so I am a child of that. So I have no idea how I got off on this tangent. This was like way off. I think I was talking about coming back to myself. Um, yes, all that to say, I've had a really good couple of weeks or week, I guess going on a couple weeks of just doing things that bring me joy, taking a rest, slowing down from the work of things, so that I can recenter, reground, realign, all of those things. And so I'll challenge you to do the same if you need to. If you are feeling like the work is not as fun as it used to be, you might need to take a break. I highly recommend. Um, yeah, I'm feeling good. So until next week, bye.